Morning, everyone. This is Andrew. I am going to make this short video. I'm going to talk about some stocks that I'm watching that are on my watch list that I'm interested in. But as we all know, that Powell is speaking today, and so we're going to hold off. We hold off when there's Fed announcements. We also hold off when there's earnings. First thing we always look at, at least me, I always look at the indexes, and I look on it on a weekly basis. And you can kind of see what I have here. I have a 10-week, a 20-week, and a 40-week. And right now, we're almost taking out the 50-period exponential moving average. We can jump down to the dailies. You'll see it. Let's just make this one a 50. Because you want to be above the 50-period exponential moving average. And we're there, right? We're just about there. But again, you have to take it day by day. And there's some damage that's been done. If we look at, let's say, Amazon, for example, which was obviously the leader forever. It's below the 50. And let me just fix this 1 second. What I do is I try to take a long-term perspective. And that's why I start with the weeklies. I look at a 50 period or a 10-week, a 100-day or a 20-week or a 200-day or a 40-week. And you can see it. It's below the 50 and the 100, which really isn't all that great, but it's knocking on the door of the 200. As long as we're still above the 200, we're okay. But I'm not going to be looking to invest in this stuff. These are the ones that I'm looking at. I'm not really doing anything at this point. I want the market to kind of prove itself. But these are my setups that I'm interested in. I'd like to see that this gets taken out, this prior high. What we do is the opposite of what most people like buying low and selling high. What I do is I buy high and look to buy higher. And this is an example. Let's say you would have bought here, this breakout, and we turned up. Again, I'm looking to buy the breakout here on this MDC. Here's another one, and this one, and Tigris. And you can see you have this nice consolidation all the way from January 19th. If we can get through this congestion, I'm looking to be a buyer around this point, around 114.10, a little bit higher above it. And again, on all of these, whatever I'm talking about it's educational just to give you ideas. And I combine the idea of basically technicals, fundamentals. I have a 7% stop loss. I'm trying to buy the strongest stocks in the strongest sectors. I do a stock lookup on IBD that kind of gives me all this information. This is another stock that I'm looking at is Williams-Sonoma. I've been in this before, and it was actually I got in, it was about here-ish. And then there was another entry, here-ish. You can see on a weekly basis. This was a super ugly bar, just completely turned around. But what I do, it's not rocket science. You can read the book from William O'Neill. And it's basically how I do the trading is I look to take 20, 25% profits when the market is healthy, and right now the market's healthy, and buy breakouts and put in 7% stop losses and as well as add in. So I'm looking to get in, again, if we can get up to this number in the high, like 151-ish, 2-ish. That's another stock that's on my list. And the whole idea is I built this over the weekend. It's all prepared, all ready to go. Here's another one, Floor and Decor, very similar to Williams-Sonoma. It's playing on that people just really want to fix up their houses, just enjoy life again after COVID. So this had a lot of damage, which I like seeing. And now I'd like to see it, shake out all of those. You could say that there was a shakeout pattern here. This is your high, buying right around here-ish. Depending, again, around 108.64. Let's give you another one. Again, it's consolidation. I'd like to see some action taking out these highs with Smith & Wesson. Monster stock is a cool one I like. Not that I drink the beverage, whatever it is, I don't drink it. But you have a nice pattern here. This is a Jesse Livermore pattern. You can get your initial position around 92, let's say 90, a little bit higher here. Let's say about 93.05, And then you can even scale in higher here potentially if the trade starts working. But you like these shakeout patterns, which you can see another one here and how this one worked. We would have gotten in here, had a nice run. So Monster Beverage is on my list of watching. I'm looking for this. It's almost like a 3-week tight. Actually, it's more than 3 weeks tight, but it's a tight pattern with applied materials. I also have Microsoft is interesting. Another breakout. And Microsoft has a heck of a lot going for it. Very stable, very consistent. Just their subscription service. It just churns out money. And then the other one, last but not least, that everybody knows and uses is Google. And kind of the same scenario. I'd like to see it take out these highs here. So this is what I'm looking at. None of them are individual suggestions for anyone. This is my own personal that I'm looking at. I combine different trading strategies. I trade commodities, short-term stocks, where the hold period could be, if the trade doesn't work, I could be out in a day, where, again, if I have like a 7% risk loss, but I'd like to hold when I had a 20% profit target. And then the other is we have to look at long-term holds of fundamentally strong stocks, and it's a combination of relative strength, the fundamentals where you have high earnings, high quarterly earnings, annual earnings, earnings per share, all that good stuff, because that's really what at the end of the day make stocks move. And then technicals, that we're trading the technicals with moving averages. So I hope you found this interesting, valuable, and that you can subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions in theories, I can try to help you. I'm not giving any individual stock advice, but in general, like how to trade. I've been trading since 1994, and I can tell you, definitely not easy, and it's a challenge, but you got to stay in the game. So thank you, everybody.